The story begins with the Luther tribe gathered at a sacred place, waiting for an important visitor. Their leader, Tain, is respected for his wisdom and desire for peace. Soon, the Blackwood tribe, once their enemies, arrives. Many years ago, these two tribes fought, but now they have a fragile peace. This meeting is meant to rebuild trust between them. Right away, there is tension. The Blackwood chief is not there. Instead, his son Wairipa stands in his place, saying he speaks for his father. Wairipa explains they have come to visit the old graves of their ancestors, which are inside Lutherland. Tain agrees, but insists they must follow strict tribal rules. That land is very sacred, and no one can enter without permission. After giving permission, Tain leads the group through thick, untouched forest. He reminds them that the Luther tribe never hunts near these graves, out of great respect for the Blackwood warriors who rest there. At the edge of the sacred place, Tain tells Wairipa to get off his horse and show respect. Wairipa walks alone toward a quiet stream, and then to the cave where his ancestors' bones are kept. He starts the ritual properly, standing quietly before the skulls. But then, he urinates right next to the sacred bones. This is not by mistake. Wairipa plans to blame the Luther tribe and say they dishonor the graves. What Wairipa does not know is that someone is watching. Hongi, Tain's son, has been secretly following him. Hidden nearby, Hongi sees everything and understands Wairipa's bad plan. Hongi throws a rock to make a noise and then runs to warn his father. But before he can get to Tain, Wairipa catches him. Wairipa turns the situation around. He grabs Hongi and, in front of both tribes, falsely accuses Hongi of disrespecting the graves. He says Hongi was the one who urinated there.
I saw him defiling the bones of my ancestors before my very eyes.
Hongi says he saw Wairipa do it and was running to tell Tain, but no one believes him. Wairipa acts innocent, saying he would never disrespect his own ancestors. He demands that the problem be told to his father, the Blackwood chief. Tain is stuck because it is one person's word against the other. Without proof, he cannot decide. To keep peace, Hongi offers to be punished, even if it means death, to stop a war. But Wairipa says it does not matter. He will report the problem anyway. The execution is stopped, and the Blackwood tribe leaves angrily. Later at home, Tain tells Hongi he believes him. He knows Wairipa did not come for peace and looked for trouble. Tain also shares a worried thought. To the east is the Forest of Death, a cursed place where a whole tribe disappeared long ago. The legend says no one who goes there ever comes back. Tain thinks Wairipa is going there now. That night, while the Luther tribe sleeps, Wairipa and his men attack suddenly. Hongi is caught off guard and pushed into a deep ravine. The tribe is shocked and chaos breaks out. Even Chief Tain is surrounded. Then Wairipa shows his true nature. He never wanted peace. His real plan was to destroy the Luther tribe and take their land, with his father's approval. Tain calls out Wairipa's betrayal, but it's too late. Wairipa kills him right away. After the attack, one of Wairipa's men checks the ravine but finds no body. He thinks Hongi might still be alive. Wairipa does not care because he believes Hongi is dead. The next morning, Hongi wakes up hurt but alive. He crawls out of the ravine and runs back, only to find the village destroyed. Everyone is dead. A grieving woman blames Hongi, thinking his false words caused the massacre. Wairipa took Tain's head as proof. Quietly, Hongi goes home, grabs his weapon, and gets ready for revenge. Before leaving, he writes a message for his little sister that if he does not come back, she must tell everyone who he really was. On their way, Wairipa leads his men to a crossroads. Instead of a long road, he chooses to cut through the Forest of Death, a place said to be cursed. One warrior warns him at his home to a famous killer called the Monster Warrior, who wiped out his whole tribe once. Wairipa laughs at the story and leads his group into the forest. Soon after, Hongi arrives at the same place. He sees their tracks and follows them. Now, he is not just seeking revenge. He hopes the Monster Warrior is real. If this legend exists, it is his only chance to stop Wairipa. That night, deep in the forest, Hongi meets a strange woman who warns him to turn back, but he says he is here to find the monster. Impressed by his courage, she agrees to help him. She leads Hongi to a hidden hut far inside the woods. There, they find the warrior named Makaware. He has many scars and looks angry and powerful. Makaware does not want to see Hongi and threatens to kill him immediately. Hongi asks for help, but he tells Makaware about Wairipa's betrayal and begs for revenge. Then the woman steps forward. She is Makaware's wife. Calm but strong, she reminds Makaware of his past, the tribe he destroyed, and how they now live hidden. Helping Hongi could be a chance for Makaware to make things right. Reluctantly, Makaware agrees to help. Back in the forest, Wairipa's men feel nervous. One man finds a lizard on his weapon, a sign of bad luck in their culture. He believes the curse has started, but Wairipa only smiles and tells him to calm down. The next day, two men want to go south to leave the forest, but Wairipa refuses. When they argue, Wairipa then kicks them out. Meanwhile, Makware and Hongi hurry through the woods, taking a shortcut to catch Wairipa's group. They meet the two men who were kicked out. Makware kills one quickly while Hongi chases the other man, who stops to fight. During the fight, Hongi almost wins, but he hesitates at the last moment. Makware then shows him how to finish the fight fast and without mercy. That night, Makware eats part of the fallen man's flesh. To him, it is about survival that he tells Hongi he is improving but still has much to learn. Makware teaches him how to unbalance enemies, find pressure points, and win quickly. The lesson ends with a warning: rest now, because tomorrow they will hunt. At dawn, by midday, they see Wairipa's group resting. Makware tells Hongi to hide as he walks alone into the enemy camp. On the other hand, Wairipa sends a man to find Hongi, but Hongi does not run. He stands firm and challenges the soldier to a fight. Using Makware's lessons, Hongi reads the soldier's moves, finds the chance, and wins in seconds. Back on the battlefield, Makware keeps fighting. He is hurt, outnumbered, and barely standing, but he won't give up. Just as an enemy tries to finish him, Hongi jumps in from behind and defeats the attacker. The battle begins to change. Together, Hongi and Makware fight as one. Even though they are outnumbered, they start to win. Seeing the danger, Wairipa orders his men to retreat. He leaves some behind to slow Hongi and Makware down, but the two break through the blockers and keep moving forward. After the fight, Makware falls down from tiredness. That night, Hongi uses herbal medicine from his ancestors to heal Makware's wounds. When Makware wakes up, Hongi asks him to call on the spirits to trap Wairipa inside the forest. At first, Makware refuses, feeling guilty, but Hongi's words touch him, and he agrees. While recovering, Makware shares his story. Years ago, his tribe told him to attack nearby villages, but he failed. They called him a disgrace and sentenced him and his wife to death. Before the punishment could happen, Makware lost control and killed his own people. The hut where they lived now belonged to his tribe's chief. The next day, Wairipa's group walks slowly toward the edge of the forest. Wairipa is still weak from the fight. Not far behind, Hongi and Makware follow their path. On the way, they meet three strangers from another tribe. One woman asks why they are in the forest, then Hongi explains they are hunting Wairipa. The woman invites them to join her group's camp for the night. That night, Hongi wakes up suddenly because of loud fighting near the river. He runs over and sees Makware fighting the woman from the camp. Her two friends are already dead. The fight ends quickly because Makware defeats her easily. Hongi arrives, shocked and angry. He accuses Makware of killing without a good reason, but Makware explains that the woman and her group planned to kill him while he slept and take over the forest. He just acted first. Hongi, though unhappy, accepts this truth. Before they leave, he carries the woman's body to the forest's edge and lays her down with respect, remembering her kindness. The next day, they see smoke rising from a nearby hill. Makware knows it's Wairipa's camp. Wairipa wakes up and sees the fire still burning. Angry, he scolds his men for being careless, warning it could attract enemies. The group feels tense, but one soldier calms Wairipa down. Since Wairipa is still weak, they get ready to move. Before they can leave, Makware and Hongi attack with an ambush. Caught by surprise, Wairipa and his men run back into a strong base and close the gate. Then Wairipa insults them. From behind the wall, he shows Tane's severed head and spits on it, mocking Hongi. Hongi is furious and tries to attack, but Makware stops him. Instead, Makware starts planning. He gathers wood. That fort was once his. Inside the base, one of Wairipa's men finally speaks up, calling him a failure. They have no food, no water, and no plan. However, Wairipa loses control and kills the man immediately. Later, another soldier finds a hidden chest full of weapons. With new hope, they get ready for a final fight. Elsewhere, outside the fort, Makware and Hongi throw bundles of firewood over the walls, planning to burn the place, but Wairipa's men, now armed, fight back by throwing spears. Makware signals Hongi to pull back. They run into the woods to plan again. While hiding, Hongi sees Wairipa's group running deeper into the forest. No time to wait that he and Makawari run after them. This is the last chase. Near the fort's gate, Hongi stops suddenly when he sees his father's severed head. He goes inside to take it, not knowing it's a trap. The gate slams shut. Wairipa and a man jump out. It is a harsh 2-against-1 fight. Outside, Makawari notices Hongi is gone. When he turns back, someone attacks him from below. A blade pierces his stomach. Wairipa's men surround him. Even hurt, Makawari keeps fighting. He kills all his attackers and limps back to the fort, determined to save Hongi. Inside, Hongi is almost beaten, fighting 2 strong fighters. Just as he's about to fall, Makawari climbs the wall and jumps in. Bloodied and hurt, Makawari fights fiercely. He kills one of Hongi's enemies and evens the fight. Makawari's body is weak and worn out. Despite this, he pushes himself forward to help Hongi, who is now fighting with Wairipa. But before Makawari can reach them, Wairipa strikes him down. Makawari falls to the ground, unable to continue. Hongi sees this and loses control. Filled with anger, he attacks Wairipa in a wild final fight. Blow after blow, he beats Wairipa and pins him down with a weapon. Wairipa is defeated, without a weapon, ready to die, but Hongi does not kill him. Instead, he chooses to stop the cycle of violence. Killing Wairipa would cause more bloodshed. His father would seek revenge, and the war would continue. Then Hongi does something unexpected. He chooses to spare Wairipa's life. He tells Wairipa that from now on, he and his tribe owe their lives to the Luther. Then he makes Wairipa promise this and lets him go. After the fight, Hongi finds Makawari barely alive. With his last breath, Makawari thanks Hongi. Because of him, Makawari is finally at peace and knows he has earned a place in the afterlife. The story ends with Hongi walking away from the battlefield, going home. His tribe may be gone, but he is ready to rebuild and lead them to a new future. The end. So the moral of the story is, never disrespect an ancient skull to start a war, because nothing ruins world domination faster than getting wrecked by a teenager and his 4 friends.